Hello everyone, I'm Greg Luke, thank you for joining me, and welcome back to episode 180 of Factorio with the C-Block mod. We are just working on a new setup for our waste byproduct processing, and I guess we are also working towards artillery, and maybe just building a tank to try it, because we have everything needed for that, I think. But yeah, at least we're working towards artillery. Now I ran into a bit of a problem with these setups with inputting to both sides of this if we wanted this over here as well. Because this underground belt is not long enough to have two inserters there. And that goes for both of these. And maybe the answer to this is just to have two fuel belts in here in the middle. But we could also just try one more time to see if we can make this work somehow. So we have, what, this one tile to do anything interesting, really, where we can do it symmetrically. And that is both for the resource and for the fuel. So we would need to do some asymmetry like that for the fuel to make this work anyway. And this wouldn't work by itself either, because this inserter is not fast enough to input enough ore. We could make it a bit faster like this, but that's probably still not enough. We could do this and just have them input into each other. That would be better, but not perfect. Because then what about down here? We don't want to build a inserter over here to insert stuff. So I think we're just moving everything one tile apart. One tile further apart. Hopefully that should solve our problems. Let's design from here. And now we can use this for the input, the ore input, and then we can use this for fuel. And then we don't really need those. And that just works a lot better. This needs to go there though. Don't need those in this instance. Then we can power here, I guess. And that is very mirrorable. And down here. We can really do whatever we want, but let's just try and keep it in the same sort of way. With input there. Fuel from here then. Other way still. And then power. Yeah. Then we go under there. And then that should work, I think. And of course we need to just make 2 belts here, which shouldn't be too much of a problem. Let's remove that. Let's also remove this old thing. And remove those, so then we can mirror this for up here. Good. And we can do same thing down here. Okay, that should be better. And we don't really need this part, because we're only getting 1 belt, or 1 yellow belt of iron from the waste byproduct that we get up here, but we'll see how that works out. Now we need to do something about the output of these, because we get 2 outputs, and only the iron goes up here and the copper goes into this belt. I guess we could just make something very simple. The iron goes, or the copper goes out to the left here. And that leaves the iron to the right. And then we need something similar up here, with copper to the left. That should work, I think. I think that should be okay. And then we have an iron belt going out there. We have a copper belt going here. We want to prioritize this copper. Why are we prioritizing the other way? Did we have something from a warehouse at some point? Probably. Now we want to prioritize these belts. And I guess this one has actually been discontinued. Maybe. Well, yes, from this at least. And down here it's a byproduct of other things. They're not getting fuel anymore. And from here... Is this a dedicated power setup? I guess it is. Did we disconnect the water here? No. How come we don't get anything in here then? Are we just out of sulfuric acid? It looks like it. But this should help it. How come there's nothing on the bottom belt? Oh, that is just not connected, okay. So that doesn't help at all. Oh well. I guess we would want that gone at some point anyway, because we have 2 full belts production up here. Or a full red and a full yellow. So let's just disconnect the water for both of those. Where was it again? Here. These two. Sure. Military done. Artillery. Yay. So anyway, we will just put our cover onto this belt. Like so. I guess we will need to prioritize the right input of this, so we don't block up the iron here. That just means that more of this will get to the bottom side, and that's fine. Sure. I think that's okay. We have a lot of space here that we can use if we want to. And we want to. And prioritize that. Good. And of course we need to actually put our waste product in here. Somehow, some way. I guess we will just run it here instead. What is up with this? Oh. I've made mistakes. Oh, like that. Good. Apparently we can't handle all the output from these. I guess that makes sense. I guess that would be the case down here as well. So let's just... We need 2 in for 2 out here. We need 2 in for 2 out here as well. Oh, was it just because I fed it? No, it's still bottlenecked. And that's not good. I thought we could output onto the filter thingy, but apparently that's not allowed. We input the iron anywhere? No, good. This might as well be there, I suppose. Okay. Actually, this should work just as well as that splitter, I think. And we haven't finished the top part, okay. But everything else here should be fine. Yep. These can't output, of course, that's okay. I think we can reuse this. So this is ready if we actually need to expand this at some point. I don't think we will, but still. And we just need the fuel in. Good. I think this is fine for now. Maybe we have still have problems with inputting enough ore into these. We do. But I'm not gonna worry about that right now. I will consider this done for now then. And just clean up a little bit. So we have a tank that is researched. And we have no more military science. Let's just go figure out why that is. Maybe it's just because this waste byproduct was still backed up a lot. But we'll find out, I guess. It's because of these. Item ingredient shortage, so we need these inserters to be fast. Or what? Sometimes we do, apparently. Yeah. No, that's because it can't get rid of everything, it seems. Because these are fed all the time, right? Yep. So we overdid, or we scaled up the production of these things. They only needed 5 machines. And I did a lot more on the machines that were needed for that. I don't understand why this is not short then. If we have overscaled this part. But this might also be short, I guess, at some point. Oh, well. In any case, we should still be producing more than we planned for. I think. Since this is the bottleneck and we have overscaled that, so yeah. It was 12 machines and we just... No, we did need 12 machines, my bad. We haven't overscaled it, never mind. But we should still get one of these per second. and we only get half of one per second. Or maybe not. Maybe we just haven't been producing it full time for 10 minutes. So it should slowly go up here. Okay. How are we doing on power? Just fine so far. Good. That is working as it should. Then I guess it's time to think about a tank. I don't really think a tank will be that efficient against the worms, but we'll see. Also, maybe we should have a look at what else we can get with military science. I wanted to try sniper turrets and maybe laser turrets, but they are gonna be annoying to bring out to the worms. Also, we want this. Sniper rifle, I guess, would be nice. And just damage of everything. Do we not get plasma turrets? Plasma turrets, plasma. We will get those after laser turrets, okay. But they require power as well, I would guess. Yeah, consumes electricity, okay. They just have a nice long range of 60. Whereas sniper turrets only have a 30 range. At least the tier 1s. Tier 2 has 35. But artillery still should be king with 500 manual range at least. I guess then a little bit lower for 200 automatic range. Now looking at this, we are going to need reinforced concrete and cobalt steel before we can do this anyway. This should be possible. And maybe we want to put them on a train. I'm not entirely sure about that yet. Because of course we want it to be easy to expand it out. But yeah, this is running, all is good. Is it time to actually remove some of this stuff? We're not really looking at it, but maybe not. Maybe we just remove these and then add, not science, but, well, I guess we just need a new production block line thingy for the cobalt steel. In here. Let's hope we are faster at making this than I was at making Invar. So cobalt and steel. Cobalt ore, and we need something temporary, I think, to get this as a byproduct, but let's have a look. Yeah, because we need ore sorting facility 4s, and that requires cobalt to get those. So we need to do... preferably something that also gives us titanium, because we will need that as well, I think. Maybe that's actually what we need for the next tier of these. Yeah, it's titanium, not cobalt, okay. So it would be nice if we could sort for both of those until we get a proper setup. And that means we need to get at least to crystal stuff now. We've only gone to chunks so far, but... actually we can't get titanium from crystals, so we do need to go to purified stuff. I think. Or maybe, well, wait, we're only looking at cobalt. Let's go for titanium. Is this... that's chrome. Titanium. And let's put that in its own thing. And just say 15 as well. Maybe it actually starts to make sense to mix stuff here, but we're just gonna start with this, I guess. Is that the only way to get the ingots? From pellets and calcium chloride, okay. We can do crystal stuff for things that sort into this as well, okay. We just don't have a common thing that sorts into both cobalt and titanium. Maybe we should do titanium first then, so we can get the sorting facilities that can sort directly for both. Otherwise we need to do two sorting setups that just have the cobalt and titanium as a byproduct. And I would then want to remove them as soon as I have direct sorting. Let's have a look at tungsten. I think we're then close to actually having every material that we will need, but I'm probably very wrong about that. So we need cobalt or nickel for that. And this is gonna suck. Tungsten ore. We do need purified stuff for that, okay. So that is not in the same category as the others. But do we need tungsten plate for the sorting facilities for that? Because then we might as well just get it as a byproduct. We do. As this can only be done in the tier 5 ore sorting facility. Okay. So for this, if we want dedicated sorting, we need ore sorting facilities for. For those, we need titanium. To get direct sorting for this, we also need the ore sorting facilities for. But again, they need tungsten, so we need to do something here first. That could be this that gives us, not tungsten, sorry, I mean titanium. But we could do something that also gives us tungsten if we want to. Or cobalt. But that's an extra step of sorting, processing, whatever. And I don't actually think we have the machines to make this without having titanium. That's in here. We do not know. We can get crystals now, but not further than that. Okay. So that's not a possibility yet. So we need one of these to get the titanium. Does one of them give us something that we also want? Not really. So I guess we are just going to do this temporarily until we get enough titanium to make a ore sorting facility. And then we can tear it down for something new. And, well, it helps a little bit with this that this is only one type of thing that we need. It is a little annoying that we need something of this sort. But this shouldn't be too bad, I don't think. Because we can make that out of water. I'm just thinking how I can do this without getting a solid byproduct. Because with this we get sodium hydroxide. This we get slag. We can do purified water, I guess. So that's probably the best way to get hydrogen without any annoying byproducts. Could also just do these and then liquefy the slag. Can also turn the sodium hydroxide into sodium hydroxide solution and purify that, of course. I'm not sure what is easiest, so I would think I would just go with purified water and burn the oxygen. Okay, we're gonna do this part in its own thing. And I guess the setup for this will also be temporary then. We also need chlorine gas in here. Okay, well, this will be very temporary, so where are we even going to do this? I want the final setup to be up here, but I don't want to put down a temporary setup that we need to remove before we can put the new one down. So maybe we are just gonna clear some space down here. Just maybe. Could also try and do it as far up north here as we can. Then we should be able to get the new thing up and running before we tear it down. Maybe. Well, let's continue with this thought first. We do not need to make this much titanium ore from this process, by the way. So let's put this into its own thing and delink it. Because this will eventually use this instead, which should require a lot less machines. Just 3 different types of crystals instead. So honestly, if this gives us 1 per second, that's more than enough. We could probably live with less than that, as long as it's simple. Wait, this is not what I wanted here. My bad. This, I think, is what I wanted in its own thing. Without a link, with one of those. That's still a lot of machines, so I think we're gonna go lower than 1 per second. Though this is basically our usual setup here, I think. Don't we have 20 of these in all? These, yes. So I guess we could just go with that and... This still feels like a lot of machines, but maybe that's okay. We get some geodes out, that's also okay, I guess. Can we use this to actually make the hydrochloric acid? We can only split it up into its base components. And we can't really use that for a lot of stuff, I don't think. Salt can be turned into chlorine, okay. Salt and sulfuric acid can be turned into hydrochloric acid and sodium sulfate, but I don't want to do all that. So let's ignore that for now. How do we usually make chunks? Is that only in 11 flotation cells thingies? No, because we have 2 things going into this. So it's in 20. We might as well reuse this sort of setup, I guess. Because why not? And that gives us more than this, of course, which is okay. And then we need to put those chunks into this. We need to get rid of the geodes. We can do that. We need to get rid of this. That's fine. We have that in the blueprint. We need to make this next to it. And that, I said, went in its own small production block. Though maybe we should just figure out, we will need this when we actually want to sort directly for this. Well, again, let's just get this going and then we can do proper setups afterwards when we know a little bit more about it. So this we will make from the base components. This we will make from purified water, because we also need to make purified water for this anyway. And then we will burn that. That's not too bad. And then we will clarify this. Yeah, this is pretty manageable. We just need this and then some not flotation cells. What are the crystallizers called? Crystallizers, maybe? Let's have a look. It should be around here. It's leaching plants. Okay. Well, yeah, of course, because we have another machine called a crystallizer right here. That doesn't make crystals for whatever reason, but fine. Maybe we need more of these. Pin this. And all of these other resources we will just take and put somewhere else. Good. Maybe we need to clear out a little bit more space here, or at least kill the worms. And we might need... No, I left a lot of both ammo and turrets up there, I think. So that shouldn't be a problem. Why did I close this? And then we just need some sorters, and we have that. Good. Anything I should bring? Probably, but I'm not gonna remember it anyway. Let's empty out our junk. Oh, I was also talking about a tank. Maybe we should use that, or test that up here. So, engine units, advanced circuits, iron gear wheels, and steel. Maybe we have all of that in here. Maybe not advanced circuit units. Advanced circuits. Steel? Maybe? Yep. more advanced circuits. And then we need shells for it, of course. And they are not in here? They are in here, okay. I'm just blind. Yeah. What will deal the most damage to worms? 200 physical damage, 100 explosion, with 300 piercing power. I'm not actually sure how that works, but... So this would be more damage if we can pierce with 100 piercing power. If we look at a behemoth worm, they have 10/0% physical resistance. What does that mean? So I guess we would want to test both of them. We need plastic, explosives, and steel plate. And the same thing, just more explosives. We once upon a time had a chest with at least the cliff explosives, but maybe we also had other things. I just don't know where it is, how far down that is. I don't think we'll find that. Can we figure out explosives again? We just need sulfur for that. When we're going to need artillery shells, we need explosives for that as well. So maybe we should get a more permanent explosive setup production. So many thoughts. We keep chasing down other things here, but that's how Factorio works. We can always start with the explosive shell, take explosives from there. Let's say 15 then. So we have, actually we just want this to start with. 30 of that. That's just 15 sulfur, 15 charcoal, and a lot of purified water. Can we make a new setup that just makes this for us? I guess not really. Currently we get all of our sulfur from sulfuric wastewater. So this stuff. And we are currently processing all of that in here, where we have a lot of sulfur lying around that we could export if we wanted to, but we could also make part of this setup that just gets the sulfur into explosives setup. I guess that would be okay. And we could do that over here. New mission. Go for explosives. We didn't have explosives just in here lying around, right? It would be nice to just try out the tank before deciding what to do with it. We do need the explosives for the artillery as well though, but we could also do with trying that out before mass producing anything for it. Where are red circuits? Right here. Just give it to me. And then let's hope we can find some explosives over here. Or just do a temporary setup. I think that's a good plan, to be honest. So this should be sorted by category or something like that. And explosives should be in chemical stuff. So around sulfur anyway. But I really don't see anything. And we can't search in here. I need some of that. And we need purified water and we need sulfur. So let's just grab some of all of that. I guess that's good enough for now. We can't see any explosives in this network, right? How are we going to do this? I guess we could do it right here. Then we'll just have to move it later, but later we want a more permanent setup anyway. You will make purified water. With water as input. And you will clarify the saline water. And then you will put all of your purified water into some chemical plants that will make explosives. And we will just have input for that here. Something along those lines. Wait, didn't this connect? Okay. And then half of that there and there. Good. And then we need plastic for tank shells, right? Plastic and steel. Okay. We have a good amount of steel already, but we could maybe use a little bit more. We have that in here. So 3,000 of that. It's 1-to-1, so we would want 3,000 plastic as well. We don't have that. So let's just get rid of some of this steel again. And where do we produce these? In assembling machines, I guess. we will try both things here. And we will try our tank, if I can find it. There it is. And this is probably pretty slow. And it turns like a tank, surprisingly. Okay. I will just carry that up there then. Just want a few more shells. But unfortunately, that's all we have time for in this episode. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.